Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host
and your guests.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the HR Pulse, the podcast where we bridge the gap between classroom theories and real world workplace dynamics. I'm your host, and I'm so excited because today I'm joined by fellow HR student, Miss Panya, Miss Carolde, Mr. Lunar, and Miss Beliana. Hey guys, how is everyone doing today?
I'm doing great, Edsel. I've been looking forward to this topic all week.
I'm good, a bit nervous, but I'm really happy to share some HR tips with our listeners.
Hello, I'm doing fine. I think our topic today is very important for students like us who are just few steps from graduation.
I'm ready. Let's get this conversation started.
I love the energy. So, today we're talking about a common problem. Our professor often say that graduates are smart, but they struggle to speak up in the workplace. They find it hard to share ideas or give opinions during meetings. As HR students, we want to know why this happens and more importantly, how human resource practices can provide the solution. Let's start with you, Mr. Luna. Since you've been diving deep into career coaching lately, I really wanted to ask, what's the deal? Why do you think fresh graduates, especially here in our local context, find it so hard to speak up or share their opinions once they actually start working?
Alright. Honestly, I've been really looking forward to this. I think it starts with a culture shock. In school, we are often trained to listen and absorb, but in the workplace, you're expected to contribute. Many fresh graduates have this fear of judgment. They think like, what if my idea is wrong? Or what if I sound unprofessional?
I agree with Mr. Lunar. There's also the fear of authority, especially coming from a culture that highly respects hierarchy. Many young employees feel that speaking up might be seen as disrespectful sa mga seniors or managers.
And also, let's not forget the lack of exposure to business communication. Being good at English is one thing, but business English is the ability to negotiate, persuade, and present ideas is clearly a different. When employees stay silent, the company loses. We lose innovation, we lose feedback, and ultimately, the employees loses their chance to grow. This is not just personal problem, it's an organizational failure.
So, as future HR professionals, we can just sit back, right? Diane, you mentioned this is an organizational issue. How does HR step in?
Start with psychological safety. HRs need to build a culture where it's safe to fail and safe to speak. If a company culture is rigid or punishing, no amount of training will make an employee stop. We need to train manager to be exclusive listener.
Building on that, from a training and development perspective, we shouldn't wait for them to learn everything on the job. HR can implement communication bootcamps or mock meeting workshops during onboarding, para they already have the tools to express themselves early on.
I also want to highlight employee engagement. If HR creates platforms like digital suggestion boxes or meetings where young employees see their ideas actually being implemented, it builds their confidence. They realize, hey, so my voice actually matters here.
And don't forget mentoring and coaching. Pairing a fresh graduate with a buddy or a mentor can help. It's easier to practice your voice with one person than in a room full of executives. That mentor acts as a bridge.
I love that. So, it's not just about talking more, it's about HR creating the environments that encourage it. But let's make this practical for our listeners. Let's do a quick role play, Miss Beliana. Imagine you are a fresh graduate in a meeting and you disagree with a senior's manager idea. How should you handle it?
Okay, so instead of saying that won't work, I would say, that's an interesting point, sir. However, looking at the data from our recent project, I'm wondering if we could also consider this alternative approach. What do you think?
I love that. That was smooth, Miss Villena. You didn't sound rude at all, but you still got your point across. It's all about how you say it, right? And it shows that you're actually thinking about the project, not just following orders. Okay, so now, let's talk about feedback. Some graduates find it hard to receive criticism, which makes them even more hesitant to speak. How do we fix this?
So for me, HR can implement continuous feedback system wherein instead of waiting for annually review, let's have a monthly check-ins. So professional conversations become a habit instead of something scary.
Right. And we should teach them how to give feedback too. Communication is a two-way street. HR can provide templates on how to disagree professionally. You don't have to say, "You're wrong." You can say, "I have a different perspective on this."
That's the HR's based solution. We provide the structures so that the communication becomes a standard procedure, not an awkward choice.
Absolutely. It's basically changing the office vibe, right? If we talk more often, the pressure goes away. Those templates Jessica mentioned are like a cheat code. They help fresh graduates find the right words without the stress. It really turns communication into a skill we just practice every day. Okay, so before we wrap up, what one piece of advice we can give our two fellow Red Spartan at Batangas State University who are about to graduate?
Okay, start now. Don't wait for your first job. Speak up in class. Volunteer for presentations. Every time you speak in front of people, you're building that confidence muscle.
Be curious. Asking questions is the easiest way to start communicating. If you're afraid to give an opinion, start by asking a good question.
Don't be afraid of your accent or making grammatical mistakes. In the workplace, clarity is more important than perfection. Basta your ideas are clear.
Practice active listening. Where you listen well, you will know the right time to speak. And you know to speak, people will listen because you will understand the topic.
Wow, what's a great discussion! We've covered everything from why we get stage fright in the office to how HR can build a culture that actually listens. It's clear communication is a two-way street. It takes a brave employee to speak up, but it also takes a great HR team to create a safe space for those ideas.
Exactly. So to our fellow Spartans at Batangas State University, don't be afraid to be the new voice in the room. Your ideas have value.
And remember, practice makes progress. Don't wait for perfections, just start talking and be confident lang.
And for the HR manager listening, let's make sure psychological safety is not just a buzzword. Let's make it in our workplace reality.
Very well said, everyone. Thank you for each of your advices. You're alright, communication struggles in the workplace are real, but they are permanent. Through proper training, mentoring, and a supportive culture, HR can transform a quiet graduate into a confident leader.
Yes, it's all about human and human resources. We are here to empower people to be their best selves.
And for the HR managers out there, let's build a culture where everyone's voice matters.
Yes, thank you everyone, and that's a wrap up for this episode of the HR Pulse. Thank you to my amazing team, Miss Villena, Miss Panya, Miss Caralde, and Mr. Lunar for sharing their insights today. And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. We hope this helps you find your voice in your future careers. Always remember, your voice is your most valuable professional asset. This has been the HR Pulse.
Keep talking, keep leading, and keep growing. See you next time, everyone!
That you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one.